Hello friends, my name is Lata Verma and today in this video you are going to learn about SonarLint. SonarLint can be used with different IDEs, but here in this video I am going to show you how you can use it with Eclipse IDE. So let's get started. SonarLint is an IDE extension that helps you to detect and fix quality issues as you write the code like a spell checker. See friends, here in this MS Word, I have deliberately written wrong spelling for hello and paragraphs. So as a spell checker is going to show me that what is the error, right? What is the problem? It is going to check the spelling of every word, and I'm getting this red underline for the words where I have made mistake, a spelling mistake, right? In the same way, if I talk about SonarLint, for your programming code, SonarLint is going to give you blue underline wherever you have made some logical mistake. SonarLint is not for compilation errors because for that you already have your compiler. But SonarLint is basically used to find out the bugs that might be there in your program at the time of execution. At runtime, you might face those issues. So those issues are told by SonarLint even without executing your program. Before execution of your program, because you are getting issues, that's why it is called as static code analyzer. Not only it is going to tell you where is the issue, but it is going to give you complete description about that issue and will also be telling you how you can fix that issue, so that by knowing that solution you can apply that solution in your code and you can have a good quality code and you would not be facing such kind of issues at runtime. So SonarLint is very powerful tool for analyzing all those issues and bugs before even execution of your program. As soon as you write your code, you get these issues side by side. So SonarLint works like a spell checker only. That's why we use it for writing good programming code, and it is also called as on the fly. It is checking your code on the fly. So that is the benefit of SonarLint. SonarLint highlights bugs and security vulnerabilities also. Means bugs you have already seen, that here it was telling you the bugs, okay, like in this way. For example, over here I have written a method where I am receiving a parameter number of integer type, but what did I do? Without using that parameter, instead of using that parameter, I have created one more variable of same name number, right? And I am assigning a value 5 over here, right? I'm using this number and assigning this value over here. So SonarLint is giving me SonarLint is giving me this issue that introduce a new variable instead of reusing the parameter number, because you are already receiving a value in number parameter, then why you are assigning it manually over here? So instead of number, better you use some other number. So this is the way SonarLint gives you all the issues and gives you the list of issues, description of issues, and provides solutions also if you go for that link. With that, security vulnerability which I was discussing over here, what is that basically? Sometime it happens that you are creating a security based application where you have to put credentials also. So if you have put username and password in the text form in your program, so SonarLint is going to detect that as well, and it will be giving you that it is a security risk because you have written the password and username in the form of text within your program. Better you provide some kind of encoding for password or username. So in this way SonarLint is going to detect those security risks as well. How SonarLint is doing all these things, guys? SonarLint has thousands of static code analysis rules embedded into it, embedded into single plugin. As SonarLint is a plugin, so in this plugin there are thousands of static code analysis rules, and as soon as you write your code is actually analyzed for those thousands of static code analysis rules. And wherever you have made any kind of mistake, and wherever it is required, SonarLint gives you this kind of message, or blue underline is the symbol which is told by SonarLint that here is an issue. You can just check it and you can fix that issue. So with the help of this fixation, a developer can write a very good quality code, right? Developer can apply best practices in his code, and obviously by applying best practices, developer's code will be of good quality. So if somebody would like to have write a good quality code, so it's very important to use SonarLint. Now I hope that you have got an idea that how SonarLint works and what is SonarLint. Now you need to see that how we can add SonarLint in our IDE and how we can work with it. So for that, let me just open Eclipse. Guys, here I have created this project with name Sonar Test, and in this project I have just created my main.java program. In this program I have simply created a main method, and this object this method is there, operate number, which is receiving one integer type parameter, and I'm calling that method with the help of this object my main, right? And operate number 45 is passed over here. This will be received over here in the parameter. Now the same thing what I'm doing over here, I'm assigning number 9 to the same variable number. Instead of using that parameterized value, I am assigning 9 value to this number, and then let's say I'm checking that number is greater than 10 or not. This is my simple code just to make you understood about how SonarLint works. Okay, so right now I'm not getting any kind of error. My code looks good, and because I'm not getting any compilation error, there is no problem if I execute it. So it will be working according to the values. Right now I have my program is not displaying anything, so that's why I'm not getting anything over here. Let me just give value 11. So if number 11 is there, 11 will be greater than 10, so obviously this message I would be getting. So let me just do that. So I'm getting this message. It's working fine, there is no problem. But of course, if I am going to assign different value to the same parameter, so there is no use of taking this as a parameter. Compiler cannot sense it, but static code analyzer like SonarLint can analyze it, right? So for that I need to have SonarLint in my Eclipse IDE. Right now there is no plugin like SonarLint added to my Eclipse, added to my IDE, so I am supposed to do that. So let me do that. Go to help and then go to Eclipse Marketplace. In Eclipse Marketplace you have to write it's taking some time. Yeah, so over here you can write SonarLint and press enter. As you can see, by the time I'm making this video, 5.9 is the latest version. So this is the plugin which I need to install in my IDE. So I'm going to click on install. I have to accept license agreement and then finish. So with this, SonarLint has been added successfully to my IDE, but it wants IDE to get restarted, so I'm just restarting it now. SonarLint has been added to this IDE, and if I right click on my project, so see, I can see over here SonarLint is added. It is a symbol that SonarLint has been added to your IDE successfully. One more thing guys, you can observe that before adding SonarLint, my program did not have any kind of error, any kind of problem. But as soon as I added SonarLint, I am getting problems, blue underlines over here, right? So see what issue I'm getting over here. It is saying introduce a new variable instead of reusing the parameter number. So if you are reusing the parameter by assigning some value, that means this parameter is not of any use. So it's better you create another variable. So SonarLint is actually analyzing your already existing code also. This was my existing code and it is analyzing my existing code also after getting added into IDE. System.out, I'm getting blue underline for this as well, and the reason is replace this use of system.out or system.err by a logger. Logger is the right practice, best practice for developers to go for instead of you writing something onto the console. So I'm getting solution that it's better to replace this by a logger, right? And to do auto generated method stub, this is a comment, but still I'm getting an issue by SonarLint that complete the task associated to this to do comment. Either we need to write a good comment over here or we need to remove it. So let me just remove it right now. Okay, now for this obviously logger I can use, but right now in this video I'm not going to show you how logger can be used. But yes, for this number I can remove it and I can just go ahead with this logic. Or if I have to initialize value 11 somehow, so in that case I will have to make use of another variable name. So for this, as of now, I'm just removing it. Guys, not only for existing code, but SonarLint gives you on the fly or it analyzes your code on the fly. That means as soon as you are writing the code side by side, if there is any issue, that is listed to you, right? And for example, for this I'm creating a variable A, it has value 10, and I'm creating a variable B which has value 0, and in this C variable I'm going to divide A by B, and after that I'm going to display the value of C. If I do so, see, SonarLint, after saving my code, SonarLint is giving me a problem over here, right? An issue is given by SonarLint to me that declare B on a separate line. This is not a good practice to declare multiple variables like this as a developer. So it's always better that you write the variable declaration in separate lines. Okay, then you can save it. See, that is removed, that blue underline is removed. So here you have seen by doing this you have seen that SonarLint is not only analyzing the issues, it is also telling you about best practices, right? So as a developer, if you are using SonarLint, so it will help you to be a good developer who can write a very good quality code, because you are going to implement all the best practices if you are following the solutions provided by SonarLint. After doing this, my program is saved, but I'm getting an issue for this B. And see guys, make sure B cannot be 0 before doing this division. See guys, this is very important, and now I think you can observe that this was the thing which we used to get at runtime in Java program. If you are going to execute this program at runtime, you were supposed to get that issue that B is 0, not at compile time. But because you have a static code analyzer like SonarLint, so SonarLint is analyzing this as well. so which can help you to avoid this thing, because this will be leading for arithmetic exception. So see, without SonarLint you could have executed your code, and at that time you could have got that maybe b is 0, maybe second operand is 0, but here you are not getting, you are getting it side by side. So this is on the fly. Make sure b cannot be 0, so that you can make changes accordingly. And after doing that, if you save this, see, that is removed. SonarLint uh, error or issue is removed. Of course, for system.out the same problem is there. Logger is supposed to be used, so I'm not going to avoid it. I'm just avoiding it as of now. Okay. Now one more thing you can see, let's say I forgot to assign object reference to this m. Okay, so see, if SonarLint could not have been embedded in my IDE, then of course I could not have got that I have by mistake put null in this reference variable m. But because SonarLint is embedded, so see, it is helping me to get that this is something which will be leading for null pointer exception at runtime. So a null pointer exception could be thrown, m is nullable here. So a clear explanation I have got, and then I can check, okay, if m is null or not. So it is null, so it will be leading for null pointer exception, so I can just check and fix it. And if it is null, let's say, so SonarLint gives this issue, and then you can open that description in detail. So see, null pointer exception should be dereferenced, and complete explanation about that null pointer exception you have got, and this is not compliant code, and then they will be telling you about compliant code also. So in this way you can see that the complete description about that problem is given to you. And if you want that, because here for null pointer exception the only thing is you just need to assign a reference. So here I can just assign a reference to it. Right, so SonarLint has removed that underline from line number 11. Now it is not null. So till now you have seen that SonarLint is giving you issues on the fly, right? You can look at the issue, like short description is given side by side. If you want to see detailed description, then you can open this description, rule description. And if you would like to find out the solution, so see, let's say for this system.out I would like to see what can be the thing. So open description rule, and here what I'm getting the solution for that issue. Non-compliant code is system.out.println, but the compliant solution is logger.log my message. So in this way you should use logger. So complete solution is provided by the issues which are raised by SonarLint. So with that you can get the compliant solution, and as a developer you can just use that best practice in your code, so that your code can be of good quality. So guys, I think now you have got to know like how SonarLint works and how it is analyzing your code statically without executing your program, how it is giving you complete description of your issues. Those issues might occur at runtime, but before executing your program you are getting those issues on the fly, and you are getting compliant and non-compliant both the codes. Now if you would like to stop SonarLint for your project for a while, so what you can do, you can go to the properties, of your project. Here you will see that SonarLint is available, and by default this checkbox is checked, means SonarLint is running perfectly. You can uncheck it, and then you can apply these changes, and then apply and close, because these were the previous issues, that's why these are listed over here. But if I try to write same statement once again, let's say, so see, for this statement I'm not getting that blue underline even if it is the same statement, because I have stopped SonarLint to analyze my program now onwards. Guys, this is for this opened file. My main.java file is open and SonarLint is showing me all these issues over here. But if I want to analyze my project completely, I might have multiple files. Right now I have only one file, but I might have multiple files. So see, if I want to analyze my complete project, I can right click on it and then I can go for SonarLint and analyze. Analyze will be analyzing my complete project, and see here what I'm getting. I'm getting these issues, like, and here another tab has got open which is for SonarLint report, and it is saying that replace this use of system.out and system.err by logger that you have already seen for 1 2 3 places, right, and move this file to a named package. It is always a good practice to keep your Java classes in a package. So I have not given any package over here, so that is also observed by SonarLint and it is given to me as an issue. So what I can do over here, because it's IDE, let me just create a package, and it is, let's say, com.latha.practice. Finish. This package has been created. Now I would like to put my main.java file to this package. So it's there, right? Now let me analyze my code once again by SonarLint, my project. So see, that package related issue is resolved. I'm getting only 3 issues because of these SOP statements, right? Over here also, replace the use of, okay, this is just because of SOP statements. So once you will have better understanding about logger, you would be able to resolve even these issues as well, right? So guys, being a good developer, you should make it a practice that you are analyzing your complete project by using SonarLint, and make sure that this SonarLint report is cleaned. And if this SonarLint report is cleaned for your project, that means you have created a good quality project, right? So I hope that you have got an idea about how we can use SonarLint, what is it, and it has supported IDEs like Eclipse, IntelliJ, Visual Studio, VS Code. According to the technology on which you are working, you can make use of this IDE, or whichever is your favorite IDE, you can use it in the same way for other IDEs as well. Now there are some benefits that you have already seen for SonarLint, like bug detection, because it has thousands of rules, so it is able to detect your bugs before even executing your program. Instant feedback, as soon as you write your code, side by side you are getting blue underline for the statements where there is an issue. So as soon as you are writing, at the same time you are getting issues. That's why it is on the fly. It is giving you instant feedback, and solution for those issues as well is provided to you. Know what to do. SonarLint precisely pinpoints where the problem is, and it gives you recommendations also that how you can fix those issues, so that you can write a good quality code. Learn from your mistakes. Sometime it happens as a developer, we miss few best practices, but if you are using SonarLint, so you would be getting those issues where you have not followed best practices, because you are working as a developer. So SonarLint will be forcing you to implement best practices, and if you are not following those best practices, so you will be getting blue underlines. So with that, you basically learn from your mistake. If you are making some mistake in implementing best practices, so you will be your code will be pointed by SonarLint, and then you will be learning from your mistake, because the complete description about that issue is given and the solution is also provided. Uncover old issues. As I created my program, I had already existing program which I analyzed using SonarLint. In the same way, if you already have your code and it had some uncover old issues, so after embedding SonarLint in your plugin, you can check for those problems and you can solve them, and then you can become a hero for it. Okay, so I hope guys this video was helpful for you, and keep practicing. And if you like this video, so please hit a like button and subscribe it and share it with my friends. Thank you so much.